Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into a landmark book, Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Our goal here is to pull out the key insights, maybe some surprising bits from the sources you sent us.
Yeah, and it's more than just a book, isn't it? It's often called a spiritual classic.
Absolutely. Published way back in 1946, and the numbers are pretty staggering, translated into, over 45 languages?
That's right, sold over 4 million copies.
And it consistently pops up on lists like one of the 100 most important spiritual books of the 20th century. People call it the book that changed the lives of millions. Our sources definitely echo that sentiment.
Its impact is, well, quite remarkable. It really did act as a kind of bridge, introducing Eastern ideas, yoga, meditation to the West, when these concepts weren't nearly as mainstream as they are today.
Right. It's shaped a lot of modern spiritual thinking.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's unpack the story itself. What's the core narrative journey here? It basically follows Yogananda's life, starting in India, his really profound meeting with his guru, Sri Yukteswar.
A key relationship.
Totally. And then his mission, right, bringing Kriya Yoga over to the West.
Yes, and founding the Self-Realization Fellowship.
Exactly.
And that guru-disciple relationship you mentioned, it's arguably the book's sort of emotional anchor. It's portrayed with such depth, the rigor of the training, the meditation, the deep bond. It really highlights how transformative that kind of mentored, disciplined path can be. A big takeaway for personal growth, I think.
And then there are the parts everyone talks about. The book is, it's filled with what our sources call miracles and mystical encounters. Stories of healings, levitation, even teleportation, plus these big cosmic insights.
Right.
It's stuff that, critics point out definitely stretches credulity for some.
Exactly. And this is where you see a real split in how readers experience it. On one hand, you have people who find it incredibly transformative. For them, these accounts are affirmations of divine power. They read it with a lot of devotion and trust. But then you have readers who are more skeptical, perhaps more scientifically minded. And for them, the sheer number of miracles can be a sticking point. Makes it hard to sort of fully buy in.
Makes sense.
But what's interesting is, even for some skeptics, the sources say it's still seen as culturally enriching, like a valuable window into India's spiritual traditions, whether you believe the miracles happened or not.
That's a great point. It's not just about the mystical stuff, though. There's this clear mission of bridging East and West.
Yeah.
Yogananda spent decades in America. He met with people like Gandhi and Tagore back in India, but also Western scientists like J.C. Bose.
Yes, he was very much engaged in that cross-cultural dialogue, a real bridge builder, as you said.
Trying to connect these different ways of thinking.
And beyond the events and the miracles, there's this real philosophical depth.
Yeah.
Some chapters go deep into things like cosmic consciousness, the nature of the soul. And the writing itself can be quite lyrical, but also packed with insight. You mentioned that quote.
Oh, right. An oceanic joy broke upon calm, endless shores of my soul.
Exactly. It's trying to put words to these huge experiential concepts, inner peace, interconnectedness. It offers a kind of framework for inner reality.
So thinking about our listener, who is this book really for, based on everything we've looked at?
Well, the consensus seems to be it's ideal for seekers, people looking for spiritual depth who enjoy mystical stories and who are open to that East-West synthesis.
Okay, seekers.
But, and this is important, maybe less suited for someone who needs strict historical proof or purely scientific explanations for everything. You have to be open to the narrative style.
Fair enough. Setting expectations is key. And its influence is just undeniable, isn't it? Shaping modern spirituality, admired by figures like Steve Jobs, George Harrison.
Yeah, quite a range. And despite those elements that, might polarize readers, the miracles, its overall impact on how spirituality is discussed and practiced today is pretty profound. It really did carve out a unique space.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Whether you come to it feeling curious or skeptical or maybe even devoted, how might engaging with a story like this, one that holds both profound wisdom and these really challenging accounts, broaden your own understanding of human potential and just the sheer range of what people believe?